So, Mr. Ailey, how do you feel having the next Dynasty League winner in Mr. Harrison Jr.? It's no secret that he is, so I'd like to hear your take.
I'm happy with Harrison. I'll say that much. Um, is he the next Dynasty League winner? That would be great. I mean, with my quarterbacks and my receivers, I think I can do damage. I'm still feeling a little upset about the Hawkinson's fleece by fucking Mr. Joe, but
Oh,
we'll try to get past it.
what would you like to get past? Well, what was there first in order to get past in the future? Please walk me through that.
What happened with the Hawkinson trade?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to hear all about it. I want from your perspective.
um, all right, so I traded, who was it? Hawkinson for Fields and fucking Ertz, and I didn't realize Hawk was hurt. I thought I was fucking fleecing him, and he fleeced me. So that's how I'm feeling.
Damn. Well, how long is Mr. Hawkinson out for?
3 to 7.
Oof. Yeah, he kind of did fleece you. That's very unfortunate. I taught my sons better than that.
Yep.
So, I'm sorry that happened to you. It's nothing that you can't, work back from. But speaking of damage, Mr. Dobbins, he has one leg. I need you to please walk me through what led you to drafting him.
Mr. Dobbins, one leg or two legs, is one of the best runners I've ever seen in a Ravens uniform. He's got Mr. Roman. We can hate on Mr. Roman all we want, but he fucking knows how to use a running back.
He likes to oink.
He oinks, but Dobbins is a nice little handcuff to Mr. Edwards. I thought that was a nice duo to have in Los Angeles, or whatever the fuck they are now.
Agreed. It doesn't really matter where they are. They oink wherever the pig hoinks.
Where are they?
Los Angeles Chargers of whatever. That's a baseball team. That's the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. But wherever the pig oinks, you're gonna hear him, right?
Exactly, pops. And I think I can do damage. I think Mr. Lake, I'm worried about. I don't remember the other teams. I just know that Lake is going to be a formidable force.
Agreed. I think he'll definitely be a contender to the end. Any closing thoughts?
That would be it. I appreciate the league. I appreciate the house. Fuck Penn Estates and fuck anyone with finger tattoos. Peace.
Thank you. May you please go get whoever else would like to proceed with the interview. I'm going to keep this rolling.
Team Israel, baby. That's what I'm most proud of today.
You heard it here first. And they're going to be on camera when they come in. Just please let them know that.
All right. Pick anyone. Who's gone so far?
You're the first one. It doesn't matter.
First? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So they're probably eating some hot dogs and burgers, getting all the scrumptious stuff. But we'll get there after production's done. It's more important that we make sure we get the hot takes within the hour after the draft. And I think that's really important because while there's still time to reflect on who they drafted and, who they could have gotten and kind of seeing how it's all unplayed. It's very important. Just while everybody's wrapped up in the emotion and just initial reactions, a lot of times it's normally the reaction that does end up being true. So it's just very important to note that, and that's why I want to make sure I'm getting them now, and I don't want to have to merge videos together. None of that nature. We don't need any of that. And first, definitely, before I go any further, these interviews are brought to you by Mr. Golden Tee, the 3D, three-dimensional. I've never seen that. I played Golden Tee somewhere else, and supposedly they said this was different, but, we'll see what happens. Oh, I hear somebody coming down the basement stairs. Who do we have? None other than Rob himself. And we're keeping this rolling just to, quick 2 minutes for everybody or so.
Am I sitting here?
Absolutely. Yes, you are. Make sure you're aligned there. Oh, perfect. Beautiful. Let me see what I had on here, then give you a chance to speak. I only had one question for you, then I'll let you have the floor. Mr. Watson, was he on your radar pre-draft, or did you feel that he kind of fell into your lap and was best available at that position when he did come to you? Please.
I did not have him on my board, but there was a run on quarterbacks, and people got taken before I thought they'd be taken. I thought would fall to me.
Right.
Specifically, Trevor Lawrence. I thought I could get him much later.
Yeah.
But there was a little bit of a run, so I felt he was the best available at that time, and I had no quarterbacks, so yeah, I took my punishment. I got handcuffed as he should have, and I took that burden off him. So hopefully this year his hands are loose and he throws it around, if you know what I'm saying. So.
Yeah, I do. And speaking about the punishment, do you feel that you were treated fairly during that whole ordeal?
Which one? The running one?
No, that I think so. But more of the the handcuffing. Is it?
The handcuffing was fine. I did think that the one punishment where anyone that drafted a player that played in Florida and the person had to take a shot was not fair because, I'm the only one that lives in Florida and there's 3 teams. There's 3 Florida teams, so I don't think that was very fair.
Right, I agree with you, Mr. Rowe. I mean, 3 teams, like you said, one person living in Florida.
Yeah,
I mean,
every time someone drafted a Ravens or a Washington player, you guys all didn't, or they all didn't have to take a shot. Every time a Philly or a Pittsburgh player was taken, you and Ailey didn't have to take a shot.
That's right. We should have, there should have been equal representation there.
Yeah, a Denver player, Joe takes a shot. I agree.
Definitely some feedback for whoever's making those punishments, and I'm not sure if it's just commish these days or if he's taking input. But
he did take input. He had 3. I think it was Mike, Austin, and Chris on the council. This year.
We have to reevaluate that council, doesn't it?
Yeah. Because I also think it's unfair that 4 people, that's almost half the league, comes up with punishments so they know what to expect and who not to draft and who to draft.
Yeah, that does kind of sound unfair.
Well, it is what it is, I guess. Coming last, you get what you get.
Yeah, I'll certainly run it up to the executive board. Yeah. But while I have you, do you have any other closing thoughts?
No, not really. Just hope everyone stays healthy. On my team, I hope everybody else in the league gets hurt. But
yes, with all due respect, right?
Yeah, with all due respect, I hope every other team falls apart. But
understandable. Well, I guess we may as well call the next owner in and see what they have to say.
Is it a specific person?
Next in line would be. No, it doesn't matter. It would either be Josh or Joe, but it really doesn't matter.
Gone, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see.
That's right.
Who'd you already do? Because Joe's
I'll
playing beer ball.
That's fine. I guess.
Who have you done already?
I have only Ailey. Then yourself. You're the second.
Oh, okay. What about Lane? You didn't do Lane?
I did not yet.
Okay.
Thank you. So, you heard it here first, guys. I definitely think we might need to reevaluate the punishments and how they're being dished out. I definitely understand what Rob's saying, and maybe there's an opportunity, not so much while it could be, a little distorted of how that was distributed, but maybe so there's opportunity for creativity to be implemented, and that I think is something that we definitely need to explore. We owe it to the league. This is the best league in the business, in the world even. So we definitely need to look into that a little further. And that Golden Tee, they got stroke play. I wonder if they even have pitch and run. Ooh, man, that's where the short game is made, and then we get to play golf. I definitely got to hit that up tonight. Even in the 3D, I'm a little intimidated, but we'll see. Ooh, I hear somebody else running down the stairs. Oh, it's none other than Train himself. And, wow. Quite an entrance, sir. I need to look and see what I had for notes for you.
And the jersey's not backwards.
And no, it's not at all. Mr. Mixon out front. That's the way we have it around here. Ooh, I have a couple questions for you with some thoughts.
Let's go.
All right. What was going through your mind when Josh drafted McBride and Pitts right before your pick? I believe he was right before. And please correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe that's when he had the 2 tight ends.
That was after, because me and Joe traded for the first.
Shit. Okay. Well, I'm glad we brought this up.
I got Jaden Daniels in the first.
Okay.
But let's set the record straight.
Yes.
Or straight.
Right.
Doesn't matter. Right.
That's fair.
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
What we're gonna do? We're gonna give this guy the ball 20 times. Okay.
Yes.
Week 1, week 3, every other week, 200 rushing yards. Okay. On the even weeks, I've already got this straight in my mind. On the even weeks, we're gonna catch 5-6 balls, 80 yards, touchdown, and that's the floor. This guy's gonna take me to the promised land. He's done it before.
Yes.
He's had a couple off years, but it's why I kept him.
Yep.
That's all that matters. That's all we're getting to.
Yes. So regardless of which Yeah, that's you heard it here first. It's really all that matters. And speaking of running backs that are just going to ball out, we have Elliott and Dowdle. How do you
Yes.
feel about getting those gentlemen?
Well, I mean, they're right behind Joe Mixon.
Yep.
Okay, I got Joe Mixon as my one.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to cover everybody else.
Yes.
They don't have. They can fucking take a seat.
Like musical chairs, right? Get a fucking seat.
That's what they can do. They can take a seat. This guy, I mean, we're talking 30. We're in a half-point PPR. We're talking 30 points on average a week, minimum.
Yeah,
4.
from those guys.
No, from this guy right here, Fitz.
Mr. Mixon. Are
What-
you sure?
What's
Are you
that look
sure?
for?
Are you sure? 30 a week?
That's how confident. This is the RB1 right here.
I don't
New
just,
offense. I mean, this is not the right jersey. New offense. Okay, we got a new guy under center.
Uh-huh.
Couple weapons on the outside. Nobody's stacking 8 in the box.
Yes.
We've seen this guy run the rock.
Yes.
All right, next question.
I guess just overall closing thoughts. Did the draft go the way you envisioned, or was it a complete...
No. Nope.
Okay.
Didn't mean to cut you off.
Please
Okay.
continue.
But what we're gonna do is we're gonna give Joe Mixon the ball.
Yes.
We're gonna hand it off to him on the left, hand it off to him on the right, outside, inside. Throw a couple screen passes.
Okay.
And you tell me who's gonna tackle this guy in the open field.
It's going to be
Okay, you
quite
got Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs. Right? Who's tackling this guy?
Yeah, it's going to be quite difficult because
Ain't no women out there tackling.
and we don't certainly want that either.
Right?
We don't want to put anybody in harm's way, especially a woman. We don't want
No.
that.
I'm just saying that's everybody against this guy. They might as well pack sand. That's how I look at it.
That is an interesting dynamic because they have a lot of playmakers on the outside, so the linebackers are not going to be as engaged.
Mhm.
They're not going to stack the box probably.
Yep.
So that's what you're planning on.
Yeah, this guy's going to run the ball right down the middle, right on the outside, catch a couple screen passes. Like I said, it's everybody else. They need to look out. They need to look out. This guy is going to absolutely terrorize the league this year, next year. I think he's 28 years old, but we're just getting started.
So he's not done, and you're not worried about Pierce at all.
No. We saw last year. He's horseshit, awful, terrible. Thought he was good. Actually, drafted him last year, right?
Yeesh, yeah.
Actually, didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why. Guess who they brought in?
As far as that is,
Yeah, guess who the Texans brought in? They decided, hey, we got a great young quarterback, some great receivers, veteran receiver,
I'm trying to think.
great veteran tight end, Dalton Schultz.
Yes.
We need somebody to run the rock. We need somebody. David Pierce ain't running the rock. Joe Mixon's running that rock.
That's why they brought
He's
him in.
He's going straight down the field, untouched. See you later.
That's all that matters.
That is all that matters.
I see your point now.
You got another question?
No, I don't. Just any other last takes before I go on to the next owner?
I got Kyron Williams too. He's good, but he ain't no Joe Mixon.
So you have the best running back room out there, then.
Jameer White, Joe Mixon, Joe Mixon, Kyron Williams. I got Zeke, Dowdle. Got that 1-2 punch,
Yes.
but they don't matter. They're
They're pawns.
pawns. They're pawns. This is a man's game.
Yes.
I got the man.
That's all. You heard it here first, folks. I think, unless there's any other thoughts, that's all I have for now.
I think that's it. Who do you want next?
If I had to choose, if I got the opportunity to choose, let's bring Joe down. If not, anybody.
All right.
Thank you. Heard it here first, guys. Mixon's the only one that matters, and that's it. That's all we have as far as that's concerned. You heard it here first. Trying to see. Let's see. I hear somebody. All right. I got my boy. All right.
Papa?
We are rocking and rolling. I think.
How we doing?
We're doing swell. How are you, sir?
Am I just sitting right here?
You are right there.
Oh,
right in
perfect.
center. Perfect.
Oh,
Man, how are you relieved that you're through your first draft as an owner?
I'm very much relieved. I I wanted out of the first round,
Mhm.
so I traded out of the first with Lane to get a Lave and a fifth.
Yes.
And Avi, if it's not told by the jersey, had to
Ah.
get Buckeyes.
Yes.
Had to get Buckeyes. But yeah, no, very much relieved to be out. Had a couple slip ups.
Indeed.
But overall, I'm very happy with it.
That's.
I was there for Robert's first draft, and I was helping him, and it was worse than mine.
Ooh.
Is
Ooh.
how I think.
That's a hot take. How? Do you remember any specifics about that, or just any general?
No, I just remember like him and I sitting on a couch together.
Mm-hmm.
Me being very drunk and being like, "That was rough for you, bud." I but I was like, thankfully, him and I both, like, I was like, the nice thing is I had years of experience. Josh threw me off completely. Like, Josh in the first round
Yes.
threw me off completely of how I thought things were going to go.
With the tight ends, right? With the,
Yes!
Did you pick right? I got it wrong. I thought Train was picking after him, and see, everybody can slip up, including the person
So-
interviewing everybody. So I screwed that up.
So
It was right after. I don't remember.
And I'm glad I did trade. I was like, I'm so happy that I did the trade with Lane
Yes.
to get out of that first round, settle in, and figure out what was going to happen.
Yes.
Because Josh always is a wild card.
True.
And so him doing the two tight ends I was like, does that mean we're going to do a run on tight ends? And it's exactly how it went. And I was like, all right, well, shit, that means I got to get Hawk.
Yes.
And that Hawk pick allowed me to get the trade with Alish late.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very happy about that trade. I feel very good about it. I was like, I think I made very good moves right off the bat.
I agree. And especially later on, there was one I really liked in particular, Juwan Johnson.
Juwan, I'm so glad you love that pick too.
Yes.
Like I'm very high on Juwan Johnson. I think he's like he's a sleeper tight end.
Yes.
And he had some injury bouts last year that kept him down, but when he played, he showed up, and he was exactly what you would expect from a tight end, 10 points at least,
Yes.
a couple catches, a tutty, but he is a favorite of, I think another year of, especially of him being healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I think him and Derek can figure out that chemistry because Derek Carr does love his tight ends.
Yes. We've seen it before.
And, yep, I mean, Darren Waller is
Yeah, exactly.
the reason,
Yes.
the way that he is because Derek loved him. And the fact that I was able to get Derek Carr, too, was very,
Great point.
yeah,
Great point.
I was, that was the reason I, drafted him. I was like, oh, Derek Carr's still here. I gotta get him. And, because I want to, that second QB spot is very, I don't know what the word is for it, but it can be very much
You just don't know what to expect.
exactly. Yep. So I was like, Derek Carr's a great QB2.
Mm-hmm.
And I got some other guys there. Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
We can see how he pans out after the injury. But I was like, that's a very safe pick of Derek Carr. Of I know I'll get at least 15 points with Derek Carr.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers, we'll see after the first couple weeks, how he's feeling, how he's doing.
Right.
Did him and Garrett figure out chemistry? Because that's been the question mark in training camp, and it is my biggest concern. Has been because we've all seen the training camp videos of him and Garrett Wilson kind of being
Yeah.
snippety,
Yes.
and I'm don't love that because love Garrett, Avi, Buckeye.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt.
But he's very good. So for those two, if they develop that chemistry,
Mhm.
and I feel like the Jets' O line is very much a question mark for me. So I'm like, we'll see how the Rodgers situation pans out. Obviously, last year they didn't even get a chance to try it.
Yeah,
They had one drive.
yeah, literally one drive. Yeah,
One drive.
it's true. It's a shame, but it's
And
true.
but so we'll actually get to see it this year, and if everything's flowing and meshing, and but it worst comes to worst, I know exactly what I'm getting from Derek Carr, and I think that's why I loved where I was able to pick him. But obviously half my wide receivers are Buckeyes.
Yes.
But even Lane mentioned it last night to me. He was like, "It is crazy how many good wide receivers are in the NFL that are Buckeyes."
Didn't even think about that.
Olave, Wilson, Harris, soon to be Harrison.
Yes.
But I had a feeling that I wasn't going to get him, nor did I want him. I don't trust in Kyler Murray. I think he's killed every wide receiver that's walked in the room.
Damn popcorn fort. Very much. It's just a damn shame.
Like I was like, there's been multiple good wide receivers that walked into the Cardinals since he's been there, and he hasn't made a single one look good. And I was like, is that a reflection of them, or is it a reflection of the system, or him? And I was like, after 2+ years of being there, there's one common denominator at this point, and it's him.
Yes.
They changed out the coach, which means they changed the system, changed out the wide receivers. He's the third guy, which means there's one factor that means things aren't going to go swimmingly. So I love Marvin. I think I would very much be happy
Yes.
if he pans out to be a top 10 wide receiver in the league, despite having Kyler Murray.
Yes.
But
It's going to be tough.
I think it'll be like 3 years, and somebody's gonna give the Cardinals an offer that they can't refuse.
I could see
Or
that.
because it'll be like that last year of that rookie contract, and he's gonna go because he's gonna be, I'm done with this fucking guy.
Yeah. Assuming they don't get anybody else in there.
That's true.
We'll see.
You never know.
Every popcorn eventually has their time. They're done.
And yeah, never know with injuries too.
Yes.
So, but yeah.
Maybe he'll go back to baseball too. We don't know.
But speaking of Buckeyes and great picks,
Mm-hmm.
I think my seal tonight was Curtis Samuel.
Yes, I agree with that. At that stage, like you said, he's slated right now, Buffalo #1. We don't know what he'll finish as far as position on the depth chart, but regardless, he has targets coming his way.
So that was like the last. Well, like I don't know who had the video, but somebody had a video recently where they were like, towards the end of last season,
Yes.
Curtis Samuel became that guy, because they were like, they saw the double teams going towards Diggs and Gabe Davis, and who was wide open every single time? Curtis Samuel. And even before Curtis Samuel was on the Bills, he was on the Redskins.
Yes.
And when he was on the Redskins, he's just a guy that can get open. He's a scrappy guy. He plays in that third slot. Like
Yes, kinda role.
even when he was at Ohio State, that was his role. He was the halfback who was on the outside playing in weird spots, and he would just sneak open and just get points. And I was like, if there's one man who's been consistent throughout his career, it's Curtis Samuel. The fact that he can become a go-to target in an offense, the last time he was a go-to guy in an offense was at Ohio State. And obviously, no college fantasy. But in fantasy-wise, he probably, his senior year, or his last year, would have been a top contender. Like, even with, like, the Olaves, the Wilsons, the JSNs in the room, he was still a go-to guy.
That speaks volumes.
Yeah, so I was like, the fact that I was able to get him at what, the 10th?
It was pretty late.
I think it was.
pretty
I was like,
Yeah, I was very
boy.
happy for you when I saw that. I was like, wow, that's it's good stuff.
What we wanted didn't pan out though. We had talked about get handcuffing in that 5th round. I was
Yes,
hoping to
when
handcuff Diggs and handcuff my namesake,
Yeah,
Jerome
yeah.
Ford. But no, I still love the fact, like, yeah, Ailey took Diggs, and so Ford was that guy, and I had to take him. It's my namesake, but
Yes.
also with taking Chubbs as a keeper, had to do it.
Yeah.
Had to get him. Didn't matter if, like, I had thought about reaching on him the round before just because of it.
Right.
Where I'm like, Jerome Ford has always been a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so, very much, like, had to get him, especially if I was going to keep Chubbs. And so, once Chubbs is back, yeah, we'll take the slot, but who knows if Jerome becomes that, well, like, at least when Kareem Hunt was, when it was the 1-2 of Kareem Hunt and Chubbs.
Yeah, back in the
Like,
day, yeah.
Jerome Ford has proven he can fill that slot if it needs be. So.
Yes. Agreed.
Who's back there?
They're just called, I think I think Slam's next.
Oh, is he?
I think he is.
Are you ready for me?
Just about. Is there any other closing thoughts before I turn it over to Mr. Slam?
Did I do you proud, Papa?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, you did.
To take over. I think I was like, I think I did good.
Yeah, I think you did too. I think you adjusted very well when you saw, what was going to work during your draft and what would present itself, what wouldn't work, and you went with the flow, and I thought you did very well.
Yeah. So
Any
thank
other
you.
anything else?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to keep it together because I'm still even having that first pick. I got teary eyed. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what this
It
league's
was
about.
it was a very surreal moment to actually have an actual pick that was for me in the draft.
Right.
Because I did what you did today for many years of like whoever couldn't make it.
Right. And
Put
that's
the names up on the board, but
that's tough, but
put it for me.
I'm glad you had that opportunity, and I couldn't be more proud of you.
Thank you. All right.
Welcome. Come here.
Love you.
Love you too. Let's get the let's get Mr. Kincaid in here.
Slam lamp. Kate Kincaid in there?
Yeah.
After I go.
I killed Kincaid.
I want to take him to do the awards and then we can get back to the interview. Huh? This is the end of the night. Okay, fine.
We're about halfway through. I could stop and do the other half later. It's up. I have no.
Okay, before we do this,
Yes.
what are your thoughts on the awards that we talked about?
I've got so far. I think Top Gun. It's either Mick or Kamish for me.
Okay.
That's,
do you have the teams?
let me see on the.
I guess I can look too.
Yes. Now this is good. I like that we have kind of this insight.
Yeah. Alright, let's take a quick look.
I'm still rolling here. Cause I'm keeping it that way. I don't have to like separate the. You don't mind, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, let's take a look.
Because now the rosters are loaded up. This is good. This is a little extra content for the boys. I like this. Why I think Kamish has a case. One is experience, but two, I think he got the right backups, which compensated for him picking late in the draft.
Do you have the teams loaded?
Yeah.
My phone's not loaded.
Yeah, I
just,
do.
Just rip them off real quick.
Okay. For who do you want me to start with?
Just start with Kamish.
Okay. Kamish, we go to standings. Kamish. Jackson, Mahomes.
You mean Patrick?
Oh yeah. Yeah, sorry. Yep, my bad. I got ahead of myself.
Okay. Yeah.
Then,
Mahomes, Lamar.
Yeah. Jalen Warren. Then Austin Eckler.
Wait, are you saying who he drafted or
Yeah.
including his keepers?
Who he draft, or including his keepers.
Okay.
The whole.
Okay, so he's got Mahomes, Lamar,
Yes.
and then
Jalen Warren.
okay,
Austin Eckler.
Yeah.
Devin Singletary,
Okay.
Puka Nakua,
Yep.
Tank Dell,
Okay.
Drake London, Travis Kelsey, Mark Andrews, Neighbors, Malik Neighbors,
Ooh, okay.
Steelers D, Harrison Bucker, and then he's got, and I like what he did with Nay and Brissett. He's got both of them, so one of them's going to
He
be.
got him locked up. Yeah.
He's got that. Zach Moss,
Okay. And he's got him and Chase Brown.
yes, and Elijah Mitchell. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I'll keep going. He's even got Jaceki on the bench.
Okay. All right. Go to Mike.
Yep. We got Mick for Jordan Love,
Yeah.
Tua,
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Taylor,
Yep.
Blake Corum,
Yeah.
this other guy I don't know, Bucky Irving,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, Devontae Adams,
Mm-hmm.
Tyreek Hill,
Mm-hmm.
Devonta Smith, Noah Fant,
Okay.
and then Tucker Kraft,
Yep.
DJ Moore. I really like that.
Yeah.
Ravens defense,
Okay.
Fairbairn, like that. Then I like how deep his team is. Cousins, Watson,
Yeah.
Godwin. At that late in the draft, it was a great pick.
Mhm.
Vidal, Chargers running back. He made a good case for that earlier. Dawson Knox,
Mm-hmm.
David Montgomery. I like.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong there. David Njoku, who's completely proven me wrong, and then Josh
Yeah.
Jacobs.
I feel like Mike's got the depth, but Kamish has like those like pop players. Like
Yes.
he's got
Yes.
a lot of potential, but Mike has like the consistency, or not. That's not the right word, but like
He's not gonna have.
Mike seems like he should have the better team.
Yes.
It sounds like he should have the better team, but Kamish has like, especially with like Neighbors and his keepers that he already has. That's a tough one.
I know.
All right, let's do the interview. We'll do the awards later. But
Okay.
yeah,
It's
let's,
close, though.
Yeah, that is very close. Who do you have for last?
For last, I had. Let's see who I was stuck between a couple. Let me see who I had for last. I had Josh.
Okay.
I did just because I didn't see enough pop there.
Yeah, we'll
That's-
stick with that.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll stick with Josh for last, and then we'll decide on.
Is that who you
Commission
thought
Mike.
is? You were,
I don't know who it is, but I trust your.
I felt
thoughts.
just it wasn't. Not a bunch of things he did wrong. It was just like,
He doesn't have enough.
yeah, I don't think he has enough. Where I'm like, yeah, right back where he was, and
I liked his first two picks, but I'm not sure what he did after that.
that's it. And if the fact that if you can't remember,
Yeah.
anybody, seriously, I mean, like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I know he's got CJ, Kyler,
yeah, he's
AJB, Jamar, and he has
Murray and
McBride and Pitts.
yes, Javonte
That's
Williams.
his RB2, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
am I crazy about that? McBride, we don't even really know. I thought the fact that he went 2 tight ends, I thought it was risky because we don't know how Pitts and Cousins are going to get along. I mean, he's gotten along
Yeah.
with Hawkinson, but we don't know that.
Right.
And then he's got some other guy, Deontay Johnson's in Carolina. We don't know how that's going to work out.
Yeah.
But then some of these other names, his best bench player is Marquise Brown. Everybody else is kind of just there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where I don't know.
Yeah.
As far
All
as,
right.
but yeah,
Let's
we
do the interview.
fix that later. Okay. So what did I have down for you, Mr. Slim? Let's see. Nope, I got to go back to there. Oh yes, I really wanted to know this.
Okay.
Was Bowers on your radar already, or did Josh pretty much cornering the tight end market impact your decision?
No, I wanted Bowers. So I traded up. When I traded with Chris, I traded my 2-3 turn and my 5 for Chris's 205 and 306. And I traded up for the 205 with the intention to get Bowers there.
Okay.
And Mike got him early. So that's why I made that trade with Mike.
Yeah.
So I wanted him already.
All right. Do you have anything to say to Josh? Because I know he's been giving you some shit about, when you were trading draft picks, and I know that you know what you were doing. Everybody else
Yeah.
does, but would you
Josh
like to
said
address that?
Josh said I gave up too much. I mean, yeah, I may have, but
I don't
I
think
want to.
that-
I had a few guys in mind that I wanted. I mean, I already knew I wanted Caleb with my first, and I was pretty much between two guys with the 205, if they fell to me.
Mhm.
Which was Bowers, and I know you probably don't want to hear this, but I was between Bowers and Neighbors.
Oof.
If they fell to me, I was gonna take Bowers over Neighbors if they were both there. But if Bowers wasn't there, I was gonna take Neighbors. I did not expect Mike to take Neighbors where he took him, so that's why I decided to do that trade with him.
Yes, I'm glad you didn't either. I'm very, very relieved. But what I was very happy about, Brian Thomas Jr.
Yes,
Excellent.
Trust list.
Yes, I totally agree with his mixed take on being on the trust list, and I agree with your pick there. It just made sense to me. If you want to have anything to add to that selection?
Yeah, he's actually on my bench right now. So to have him, I took him late, he should be good, but I don't know yet.
Yes.
So I want to have that option if he is good. So my starters are it's Garrett Wilson, Keenan Allen, and Pickens, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm flexing Bowers, so I'm flexing a tight end. So I have Kincaid, Freiermuth, and I'm flexing Bowers. So if Thomas pops off, he's there if I need him. But right now it's just kind of a wait and see to see if he is good. I mean, he should be. I mean, he's I don't know, probably the second best option on the Jaguars right now.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So, and it was him and Neighbors with Jaden Daniels on LSU. So
yeah, I couldn't.
he should be electric. We'll see.
Ideally,
I
he
was
should be.
happy I was able to get him that late.
Yeah, so was I. I thought it was perfect for you. Did you have any other takeaways from the draft? That's all questions I had. So I'd like to turn the floor over to you.
Takeaways. Let's see. Let me see if I don't know. I think this is the first year I didn't really focus. I mean, I never really focused too hard on defense.
Mhm.
But in past years, with the late rounds, I'm all right, I got to get the best available kicker. As soon as they start going, I'm all right, I got to get this guy, and I got to get this defense. And this is the first year I didn't really give a shit about the defense. I wanted Aubrey for sure. I love Brandon Aubrey as a kicker. So, and he really helped me out. Who's back there?
Oh, they're being silly.
I will say that Mike offered me Jordan Love for Caleb Williams. And as
Really?
a Packers fan, that
Whoa,
was
whoa,
a
whoa,
hard...
whoa, whoa, oh my goodness gracious. He offered Jordan Love to you
For Caleb Williams, yes. Before the draft even started. Because he knew I was taking Caleb.
Gotcha, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Was it hard to turn down?
It was. I mean, he came to the right person as
Right.
a Packers fan.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what it came down to was a few things. I mean, I definitely thought